This is called Banishing Burnout. And it starts with a quote from Emily Dickinson, who said, "Forever is composed of nows." Although the symptoms of burnout, emotional exhaustion, loss of motivation and empathy, creeping cynicism, have shown up as far back as biblical times, the term itself wasn't coined until the 1970s. Now, it's such a recognised issue that in 2022 it made its way into the International Classification of Diseases, ICD-11, as a result of chronic workplace stress that hasn't been successfully managed. As a former NHS doctor turned restorative coach, I've had my fair share of burnt out cases through the door and have seen that the solution lies in understanding two key aspects of how we experience the workplace. Number one, it's not a time management issue. The overwhelm that precedes burnout looks like it's a simple case of too much to do and not enough time. Indeed, the earliest description of burnout in employees concluded that it arose as a consequence of having more demanded of them than is humanly possible. Something I'm sure you can relate to. It's sometimes labelled as moral injury. Given this, if the deluge of demands won't stop, yet we're to avoid burnout, it looks like we need to find a way to become more efficient. But what if the remedy is less about managing time and more about understanding what time is and what it isn't? You see, it's an irrefutable fact that the only thing you ever actually get to experience is now. Those stomach-turning thoughts of everything you haven't yet done are just that, thoughts happening now. You have never experienced the future, and you never will. So let that sink in for a moment. All you ever get to experience is now. From the moment you left your mother's womb, maybe a little bit before, until the moment you leave this earthly plane, the only thing you will ever experience is now. And we see that sequential time is a creation of the left brain. It's a helpful concept. Allows us to turn up here together at the same time. But in terms of the experience you get, and experience is all you get, a felt experience of each present moment. That's all you get. You don't get anything else. Well, I wonder if that has any implications. It's a seemingly trite observation that you can only do one thing at a time, but it's rooted in the reality of what it means to be human. In any given moment, we are either attending to life in whatever form it takes, or we're being diverted from it by the feeling of worrisome, time-based thoughts. We're either attending to life in whatever form it takes, or we're being diverted from it by the feeling of worrisome, time-based thoughts.